I don't remember you. Are you new? Well, hello, young blood. You don't remember me? Well, fame comes and goes. My name is Aquilia. 3 years ago, my pantheon was on a roll. Do you remember the Steel Titans? That's the one. Okay, whatever. People are ungrateful idiots, both mortal and immortal. If they don't want me to defend them, I don't care. I disbanded the Titans, but you can't quit being immortal, can you? Now I'm just sitting here waiting for oblivion. They say that forgotten immortals start aging again. So what you see is the slowest suicide in history. Who? Well, you, for example. This way you will get more faith for yourself, right? My adepts now have new gods. You'll do fine without me. If you don't, it's your problem. I won't lift a finger for Aelion. I can still do some talking, though. You want me to tell you about the enemy armies, so that you know who you're dealing with? These ones look human, but when you cut them open, they're neither mammals nor reptiles, and they have snakes instead of hair. There are immortals among them, and even gods. They've captured about 30 worlds, and they are not stopping anytime soon. Females are in charge of everything. They rule and they fight. Males are their slaves and expendables. Some of my guys had fantasies about being captured by beautiful Gorgonides. One even wrote a book. But this is all nonsense. What's important is that their magic is rather weak. However, their technology is 30 years ahead of ours. Keep that in mind. This is the army of the Integrator, the machine god. They first came here during the Dark Times. His army was devastated, but he himself survived. Now, he's back with his new, advanced fighters. Since he's a god, somebody must be worshipping him. But there are no living creatures in his army, only machines. However, there were cases when the mechanoids abducted humans and took them away. Where? Nobody knows. Your guess is as good as mine. Actually, there are 2 races, and not 3. Naiads and Ongs are females and males of the same species. Kelps are different from them. But what does anyone care? They are all enemies. They deserve no mercy. You see, the fact that someone can live outside of the ocean is beyond their comprehension. For their god Tolmonter, we are not exactly an enemy, but more of a useless adjunct to their oceans. They are wild fighters with fierce magical abilities. The good thing is, we've seen no immortals among them. We have an old feud with Reapers. Their god Thanatos invaded us in Allies' times. Last time they came was 200 years ago. We beat them, but not all of them. There are still too many Reapers hiding in caves and clefts. Too many. So an invasion is just half the problem. They've been nesting all over Aelion for centuries. They hide, procreate, and wait for their god. Verds are their expendables. They are huge rats. They're not too smart or strong, but they breed like rabbits. Reapers themselves are a whole nother story. They are humans, like us. You shouldn't spread this information, but what they say about them stealing babies is true. They steal and expose them to their nasty magic. Those who survive become Reapers. Those who die turn into carry-ons. If you see a Reaper, then you know it's a civilian that we failed to rescue. Sadly, this is how it works. Everybody fights us. Bugs, fish, tin cans. Now, even flowers. They used to be like us, but then they contaminated their planet so badly that they had to switch to photosynthesis. They transformed themselves with magic to be able to feed on the sunlight and breathe poison. They liked it so much, they can't stop now. They keep on changing. Can you imagine what kind of magic is required for that? If they hadn't given up technology, they would have become unstoppable. They have some kind of sentience. At least they have enough brains to believe in their Machiavan. But it is impossible to understand them. We are completely alien to each other. We are just mud for them. They want to clear the planet of us and turn it into a neat garden. They did that to a dozen worlds already, so keep your eyes open. Ha! See you. Feel free to come by, but don't try to talk me into joining the ranks again.
Good day. May I have a minute of your time? I know that you immortals are always very busy saving the world, but you can make an invaluable contribution to science. I am Marnius, a follower of Matarchus's. Our teacher has been studying relic ether radiation, and he needs ether imprints of immortals. You just have to put your hand on this device. I don't want to sound too hopeful, but we could be on the verge of unraveling one of the most ancient mysteries. This project will shed light on the origins of the universe. You see how important this is? People from the times before Eli knew things about the world that we can only speculate about. Alas, they took their knowledge to their graves, and what people learned in the times of Eli was lost during the dark times. Now we only have scattered fragments and several rather vague legends. We know only one thing for sure. The ancients embraced the secrets of ether in a way that is yet unattainable for us. Well, at least we know that those secrets exist. Our research is an attempt to unravel one of them. Ether is the essence of existence. It is the origin of our world. The ancients used to call it the light of all light. Isn't it poetic? Condensed ether turned into what we call matter, and maybe into time and space as well. Thicker parts of condensed ether became human ether bodies, the essence of life. The stronger the body, the more magical powers it has. Think of it. When you use your powers, you are manipulating ether, the fundamental element of existence. Today, we only know very general facts. I'm ashamed to say that we know much less than the ancients did. The legends say that in the beginning, the world was full of darkness. Here is the first mystery. What was that darkness? Was it just nothingness, or something else? Then it was filled with ether. The second question is, where did it come from? From outside of our world? Did it just appear on its own? Or was it created by someone? Boiling ether flooded the world. Slowly, it condensed and turned into matter. Many suns appeared, and planets started revolving around them. Well, other sciences study what happened afterwards. If you want to know more, ask geologists and evolutionary biologists. Biologists know much more about how life advanced and evolved, but where did it come from? Could dead matter spawn life? Scientists have been arguing for centuries. May Matarchus spare me those endless debates. One thing is certain. Material and ether bodies of living beings have different nature, but the same origin. They both are condensed ether. According to Metarchus's theory, ether bodies of immortals are stronger, and their relic radiation is more distinctive. This is why we need these imprints. Thank you. Your contribution is very valuable. We'll make sure to mention you in the acknowledgements.
Hey, do you have a moment? You're an immortal, right? Can you sign this for me, please? I've only seen gods in the Alienet before, and I've never been to the capital. This is just fantastic. Do you know Marcus? The immortal guy? He's so handsome and strong. How I wish I could meet him. I'm Angie from Kairos. I graduated high school with honors and won Flavius's scholarship. I can't decide where to go. I wanted to be in the math department, but now that I look around, I know it should be architecture. Or should it be math after all? Everything is so exciting here. I can't choose. I'm in the capital. I can't believe how cool that is. Here you have the research center, the Divine Observatory, the training hall, the park, and the Hall of Greatness, of course. When the mechanoids came, not now, but back in the dark times, they destroyed the old Alienar and left it in ruins. The city was rebuilt after the invasion, but if it hadn't been for Flavius, they would have built Hut. He invented new materials, new technologies, and new constructions that enabled us to build towers. First of all, he built his own temple. Well, not just his own, but the Temple of Science. They say he has stayed there ever since. Now there are laboratories, workshops, lecture halls, and I will study there too. The Divine Observatory is the project of Asterius the Chronicler. He became a god in order to put together the great Flavius, who had been experimenting with mechanoid technologies, constructed his first flying building specifically for Asterius. Everything we know about the world is stored in that place, and also the giant globe, which shows troubled areas of our planet. As soon as anything happens, the Immortals rush to the scene. Why am I even telling you this? You were probably there a moment ago. I suppose it's terribly noisy there, despite the fact that it is... Asterius wanted them all out at first, but then he thought that he needed someone to listen to his lectures. The training hall is the coolest thing ever. And no, it's not... Flavius built it so that immortals could practice without destroying everything around. It's a virtual room where everything seems real. You think you're fighting monsters, when actually you're just standing in a capsule. It's a shame they don't let mortals in. I wish I could become a hero for at least an hour. The only thing I can do is watch you fight in the Alienet. I used to support Steel Titans before they were disbanded. Now I'm rooting for Marcus. And for you, too. This is the most beautiful place in the city, and maybe even on the planet. Flavius calculated everything so that it looked perfect. The cultural center is the main attraction of the park. That beautiful building has exhibits from all over the world. And you know what? Flavius didn't build it. It was designed and constructed by mortals. Can you imagine that? Not only gods are capable of creation. This is why I want to drop math and become an architect. Oh, thank you so much. Good luck! I'm rooting for you.
Sometimes I think maybe these invasions are a good thing after all.
Teacher, how can you say that? Innocent...
Greetings, I'm Quinta, an appearance modification specialist. Is there anything about yourself you'd like to change? Anything at all. Your hair color, maybe? The shape of your jaw or your eye color? Easily. Skin color, height, proportions, anything you like. I can even change your gender. For all future procedures, you will have to pay. Kindly remember that I will modify your appearance the first time at no charge to you. For all future procedures, you will have to pay. Okay. Well, come back if you change your mind.
Not real blood, thanks to flavors.